On the last episode of JAM Redemption, a revelation occurred that none of us in our wildest dreams could have ever possibly imagined, as a man that most of us have never met or seen before revealed himself to the world. My name is Daniel Martin, and I'm here today to talk about a man by the name of Ryan Giovanni Jr., aka Gio Jr.
Ryan Giovanni, I know you're back there. Come out without that stupid mask and face the music like a man.
Are you kidding me? Him?
Oh, Vibi, so close yet so far. If you had just gone that one step further to find out what was right in front of you the whole time, then you wouldn't be looking like such a fool right now by saying his name. Ryan Giovanni was a great man of class, a man of wisdom, a man of courage. That was until he lost his smile on that day 11 years ago, when the foul-mouthed 1980s Norwegian rock star playboy wannabe walked into his life and ruined everything. From that day, when you shaved his head clean, removing his beautiful blonde locks, he was never the same again. The bottle quickly became his new best friend, and the pills shortly thereafter. It was 5 years to the month. On this very day, 6 years ago, June 26, 2018, when Ryan Giovanni, my father, took his life. I don't think he could stand to live through another anniversary of the day his life was ruined. That's what you did to him, Vibi. Because of you, my father is dead, and his blood is on your hands. I have harbored a promise of revenge inside me for the last 6 years, and as I stand here on the anniversary of the death of my father, days away from the anniversary of the day you ruined his life, I will finally enact my family's revenge. Oh, and by the way, the name's Ryan Giovanni, but you can call me Gio Jr.
Somebody pinch me because I'm dreaming! What is going on? Something's happening in the ring! What's happening? Someone get in there! Oh my god! He just cut Vibi's hair! He took more than half of Vibi's hair off! Holy shit! Oh my god! Ryan Giovanni Jr. I sat at commentary 11 years ago when Vibi shaved Ryan Giovanni's head, and now Vibi's past has caught up to him as Ryan Giovanni Jr. seeks his revenge. Since this event, I've done some research into the life of Gio Jr. so that we can all be aware of the person we're currently dealing with. On February 14th, 2003, Ryan Giovanni and his then wife, Celia Giovanni, gave birth to their first and only child, Ryan Giovanni Jr. The Giovanni family, being the well-travelled, culturally enriched family that they are, were in Portugal at the time of Gio Jr.'s birth, before returning to Italy some 6 months later, where Gio Jr. was raised for most of his life. But as the jet-setting lifestyle came to an end for the young Gio Jr. and his mother, his father's time in the spotlight was only just beginning. Ryan Giovanni's modelling career had already been off to a roaring start at the time of Gio Jr.'s birth, and it wasn't long after that he started to dip his toes into the wrestling business. London on Mondays, Paris on Tuesdays, to Spain by Thursday, and America for the weekends. Giovanni's schedule is one that was kept tight as he etched his legacy into the history books. But for what was an exciting life for the head of the family, came at a cost for the people he left at home. Gio Jr. and his mother were more than fine financially with all the money that Ryan was sending back. But despite having everything he could ever imagine, there was still something missing in the life of Gio Jr. This is something that many people who knew him touched upon. Teachers, doctors, old friends, they all talked about what a bright kid this guy was, but how there was always something off about him that just didn't seem right. Many believed, and I think rightfully so, that this was due to his father not being around. Besides from the few holidays that Giovanni Sr. got to attend, Gio Jr. had to grow up watching his dad through a TV screen. It certainly inspired him, as from an age even younger than when his father started, Gio Jr. began to take the steps into both his modelling and wrestling careers. Then, at the age of 10, what Gio Jr. had been longing for so long was finally about to become a reality. However, it didn't shape up to be the sunshine and rainbows that it was meant to be. June 30th, 2013. NGC No Remorse. The day that Ryan Giovanni's happiness and career would come to a crashing end, where he was defeated by the man they call Vibi in a hair versus hair match, where Vibi then shaved the hair of the model/wrestler clean off. In the moments after the match, you could hear how desperate and upset Giovanni actually was as he let out all of his frustrations and emotions and quit NGC. And that wasn't the only thing he quit. He quit everything. No more wrestling, no more modeling, no more touring the world and living the life of an international superstar. He just gave it all up and headed back to Italy. From that point on, the Giovannis were seemingly never the same again. The enthusiasm that Gio Jr. and his mother had for Ryan to return home quickly diminished when the shell of the man they once knew returned on their doorstep, with any passion that he once had for life now all but completely depleted from his body. And from there, little was really known about what Ryan Giovanni or his family did, as he just completely dropped off the face of the earth. But based on what Gio Jr. said on the last episode of Redemption, in regards to his father's drug and alcohol dependence, the scenes couldn't have been pretty. The final official update we get regarding Ryan Giovanni's legacy comes on June 26, 2018, where an ambulance was called to his home in Italy, and he was declared deceased at the scene. He was laid to rest some few days later in the hometown in which he was born, to a small crowd of close family and friends. It was ironic, in a way. Despite trying to live his life to the fullest, and having met and interacted with the amount of people that he did, there were no more than a dozen people there for his final farewell. Gio Jr. being one of the people who didn't attend. According to an old friend, he didn't seem to think that Gio Jr. wanted to accept the fact that his father was dead. He ran away shortly after his father's death, and until his re-emergence on the last episode of Redemption, none of his family and friends had seen him since. I've not been able to get an accurate read on what Gio Jr. has done since Ryan Giovanni passed, nor where he has been. But it's obvious that whatever he was doing, he didn't want to be found. I've spent many hours diving into the life of Gio Jr., trying to uncover a grander conspiracy theory as to perhaps an even bigger true motive. But through all that research, the only facts that I was able to unearth is that this was just a sad young man deprived of spending any real time with his father. And when it finally looked like he was going to have that opportunity, it may have ended up being the darkest 5 years of Gio Jr.'s entire life. I believe Gio Jr. is trying to fix himself, patch up a rift that's inside of him, eating away at his very existence. And he's decided that the person responsible for that void is the man who shaved his father's head all those years ago. Vibi. It's a theory that I think most people at the very least can understand, but whether or not it is correct, well, that is the question. Is Vibi to blame for the death of Ryan Giovanni? Whatever the answer, the fact remains that Gio Jr. is here, and he wants revenge. He's already taken half of Vibi's hair. Will he finish the job? Stay tuned to find out.